right, good morning and welcome. It's the very first working day of December 2024. I can't even believe it, Chris, that December is already here.
Just yesterday we were in January.
Yeah, I know.
Today we are.
I know.
Hello, December.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Well, today we're starting a little early because, you know, of course, it's election season, and you know that today is a day for special voting around the country, and the special voting begins at 7 a.m. and so we're also here bright and early to get a head start on all the things that are happening around the country. Yes, we do know that two regions, though, for some challenges that happened with you know, ballot papers and all of that, the EC has recalled the ballots for Eastern and Western regions. I think the challenge happened with the Eastern region, and then because the same company printed for both Eastern and Western, they recalled the entire batch. Now, I was happy to note that the political party representatives for at least the front runner parties, right, are all happy about the fact that the EC took that step to recall, you know, the ballots, and saying that for them the importance is that there's no challenge, you know, as far as the ballots, and there's no question in anybody's mind as far as the ballots are concerned, whether things have been done correctly or not. So kudos to the EC for doing that. We do hope that by Thursday, as they have promised, the ballots will be delivered to the various places so that they can do the special voting. That's 2 days before the main election. Right, yes. Welcome to Breakfast Daily. It's a beautiful morning here in Tesano, Accra, Ghana. My name is David Kwekusichi.
And my name is Chris Carter. Remember that you are also part of the show, so feel free to join in at any time by sending in your messages, your thoughts, and also your heartfelt messages to all your friends and family. Let them know that you're watching us on Channel 1, and you can share their messages via the WhatsApp number on the screen. And do not forget to use the hashtag Breakfast Daily. You're watching us on YouTube Live right now, and also on Facebook Live. Don't forget to also share your comment right on the comment section. We're going to read the message here.
Yes, absolutely. Now, yesterday there was a commemoration. What was yesterday's commemoration? HIV Day?
Yeah, yesterday was World HIV Day, and the UN has said that there's going to be a lot more surge on women and girls in Africa.
That's serious.
So we need to actually pay attention to that, and that is because the issue of gender-based violence keeps rising. And Africa has the highest numbers when it comes to those issues, and because women do not have autonomy over their bodies again. So when all these problems are meted on them, especially gender-based violence, you know, they get to absorb a lot of diseases, and it just keeps spreading.
No, it's unfortunate that we find ourselves in this situation, but I think that governments and non-governmental organizations need to take the lead in this, especially governments, to clamp down and punish, make it very painful for men to assault, abuse, and take advantage of women in this way. It's very important. If we send a strong signal to that, you know, it will force the numbers down. I was reading a story yesterday, and you know, in Belgium, they are now giving maternity leave to sex workers. Oh wow! You know, they're the first country to enact such a law to give maternity leave to sex workers. And the lady was telling her story, and one of the things she said was that she was raped by a client.
Oh wow!
Right. So imagine a sex worker.
A sex worker.
Yes, and she was raped by a client. Now, because I think that at a point she said, "No, I'm not interested anymore," and the person said, "No, I don't care. I've paid for you." So she went to the police to go and report. And mind you, I'm repeating this story here because it's an advanced country and we expect better, you know, things like that. But you should know that the situation in Ghana and other African countries will be quite challenging when it comes to these kinds of things. So she went to the police station to go and report. And there was a female officer who was there. Female officer laughed at her and said, "But what does she expect? The kind of work she's doing."
Yeah, that she's a sex worker.
You know, it's almost like, therefore, you've asked for it. You know, but it's a similar mindset that we have, you know, it's like, oh, but why were you wearing that dress?
Right,
you know,
right,
it's like you
right,
asked for it,
right.
you know. So we need to do better as far as that is concerned. But anyway, talking about those kinds of behaviors, treating people as though they are slaves. Well, International Day for the Abolition of Slavery, that's today, all right? And so the theme for today's commemoration is eradication of modern forms of slavery, all right? And, you know, many years ago, slavery was abolished all over the world, and a lot of people who were in slavery found their freedom.
Yeah.
But, you know, somehow the freedom in the physical, as far as the laws are concerned, is one thing, but there's also the challenge of mental slavery, where people are still being enslaved.
Right,
you know,
right,
and
right.
Yeah.
And you know, and we still have the issue of trafficking.
Yeah.
I feel like trafficking is another
It is a
form
form
of
of
slavery.
Yeah, it is a form
And
of
especially people come telling you, oh, we have better opportunities for you somewhere else, and they just take you away, and yeah, whatever happens to you happens to you.
Yeah.
All in the search of greener pastures.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think everyone needs to be careful when it comes to that.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at today's quote of the day today. Like we said, we're going to be taking you around the country to see what's happening with the special voting. But in the meantime, let's take a look at today's word of inspiration.
All right, so our words of inspiration today is coming from Henry Ford. The whole secret of a successful life is to find out what is one's destiny to do and then do it. The whole secret of a successful life
Yeah.
is to find out what is one destiny to do and
Yeah.
then do it.
Do it, yeah.
Wow.
No, I agree with
I
that.
like
you know,
this.
Because a lot of the times we are living from day to day, pretty much not really paying attention to what our life is about,
Yeah.
you know, and
Why you are
why
here.
am I here? What am I supposed to do? Am I doing what everybody else is doing, or do I have a special purpose, you know, for being here? And so this quote is just saying the whole secret of a successful life, not the word successful life, is to find out what one's destiny to do, you know, what is one's destiny to do, and then to do it. That's Henry Ford saying that, right? So if you accomplish what you came to do, that's success.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bit like coming to work.
Yeah.
You know, and your job is to, let's say, operate the camera or be a host on the show.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm supposed to be a host on the show, I can operate the camera as brilliantly as whatever, you know, as long as I don't host the show and host it
There's
properly,
something, yeah.
I have not been successful.
You're not fulfilled.
I have not, you know, I have not done what I came to do, what I was supposed to come and do.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
And you know, the thing is that
it's-
most times people think that a successful life is about having all the riches.
Yeah,
and
we've reduced it to material
like
things.
We live
you
in a
know.
society that really just glorifies money.
Yeah, yeah. This is
So like
wrong.
we need to understand that it's not just about, you know, being rich.
Yeah.
Sometimes the most successful people
Yeah.
are not the richest people,
Yeah.
but they are the
Yeah.
happiest people
Yeah.
because they've actually succeeded in doing whatever that they are sent here to come do.
Yeah, if they find fulfillment.
Yeah, because and there have been issues of people that we deem rich, successful, actually end up being unhappy,
Yeah.
taking their lives
The
and
people
all that.
commit-
And then
very
you
rich people
you
committing
ask
suicide, you
questions
ask
like,
yourself,
hey,
he has
I
all
thought
that
you-
money.
like, you know, so what are you doing?
Yeah.
So it's
yeah.
about finding what you're here for.
Yeah.
And sometimes you know why you're actually here. But one thing that impends us is the fear of just doing. It's too
Yeah.
big for me.
Yeah.
It's too hard for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah. And sometimes you don't want to be different. You want to be like everybody else, you know, because you will stand out. You feel as if I do this, I'll stick out. I'll stand. I don't want to stand out. I don't want people's eyes to be on me. But hey, what's wrong with people's eyes being on you? For real. I mean, seriously. You know, you'll be celebrated for your difference from others, right? And so, and everybody likes to be celebrated.
Yeah.
Right. Good quote of the day.
Yeah,
I
love
it.
it.
I love it. Right. Let's remind you of a few things that you need to know going into the elections. We're very big on certain hashtags, and we want you to engage with us on social media using those hashtags. Hashtags Ghana Polls 2024. It's an important one. Also hashtag Election Bureau. All right. Of course, you know we are the Election Bureau right here. at Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM, and then hashtag City Verify. Now this one is critical because there's a lot of misinformation out there, there's a lot of fake news out there, and there's a lot of confusing news, not necessarily fake news, but confusing news, right? And if you use the hashtag Verify, City Verify, then we will get the opportunity to pick up that information, check it out for you, and then give you the truth of what is really happening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and we also have some very important reminders that the constituency. The constituency actually shows every 9 a.m. Okay. All right. So I think we have to move into the special voting area. Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go speak with Samuel Akom, who is joining us on Zoom this morning. Samuel, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Peku.
Hello, Samuel.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Hello, Samuel. Good morning.
Yeah. Hello. Good morning.
All right. Appears that we are struggling to hear Samuel this morning, but he will be joining us shortly, and as soon as we solve that technical challenge. Yeah.
Right, so still on the reminders,
Yes.
we have the constituency every morning, and as you know, we're gearing up to the elections December 7th. We're out there asking people what they are feeling right now, what the mood is when it comes to the elections. And it happens every 9 a.m. every day.
And you can see in the background of your shot there, Samuel Akom is there. Samuel, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Peku. Can you hear me?
Are you able to hear us, Samuel? I can hardly...
Yes, I'm able to hear you. Can you hear me?
All right,
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, so where exactly are you, and what can you bring to us? What can you report to us?
Right. Good morning. I am currently at the Legon police station within the Ayawaso West Wogon constituency. And this particular area is the special voting area designated for the Ayawaso West Wogon constituency for the special voting exercise, which commenced few moments ago at exactly 7 a.m. And at this particular polling station, 936 voters expected today to cast their ballot. And before the start of the process at exactly 7 a.m., the electoral officer, together with party officers, verified to ensure that all the necessary materials have been provided and for them to agree. So at exactly 7 a.m., the process began and voting has commenced, and it's progressing smoothly.
All right, so Samuel, let's ask about the security situation. Does there appear to be calm everywhere? No major challenges? Nobody raising any questions? Nobody raising any challenges with the process?
Yes. So in terms of security, there are security officials here ensuring that the process is a smooth one. And even before the voting started at 7 a.m., the electoral officer, President Madam Lydia Ejiri, called the electorate who were present at the time, together with the party agents, and briefed them on the modalities for the day, where they need to go first, where they need to proceed after they receive their ballot papers, and after they cast their ballot, the exit route to use and all. And because that was done, the process is being done in an orderly manner. And I must state that when you come to the Legon police station special voting area today, they have two centers, Center A and then Center B. It is so because they want to reduce the numbers at one particular area as much as possible. So they did a division according to send names. And so if you ask about security, that is what I can report from the Legon police station, a special voting area within the Ayawaso West Wogon constituency.
All right. I saw earlier in the shots there John Dumelo, who is running on the ticket of the NDC. I don't know if you've had a chance to have a word with him as to his expectations and anticipations for the day.
Yes. I have not been able to officially have an interview with them, but we just exchanged pleasantry with both candidates. That is the parliamentary candidate for the New Patriotic Party, Honorable Lydia Sarah Malasan, as well as the parliamentary candidate for the National Democratic Congress, John Dumelo. They are here present, observing the process, but we've not had a word with them yet. I'm hopeful that shortly we will do so.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much, Samuel. Thank you, and we'll be hoping to get some more updates for you as the day progresses. All right, so that was Samuel Akom. Samuel Akom bringing us some updates from the Legon Police Station, which is a polling station within the Ayawaso West Wogon constituency. So it's begun.
It's begun.
Yeah,
it's begun.
And of course, knowing that once today starts, it means, hey,
it's already started. I'm telling you.
Saturday is not far away. With just a few more days to go for the main one. Of course, we know that Thursday as well, those who are supposed to do a special voting that cannot vote today, that's within the eastern and western regions, will get the opportunity on Thursday to vote as well. Yeah, great. Well, we have a few reminders. We'll continue with the reminders.
Right.
Yeah. So the ballot box, now that's an interesting one because today, of course, you can see the ballot boxes there on your screen. But yes, the ballot box is that show that runs every Monday to Thursday, specifically garnering the thoughts from you, listeners of 97.3 City FM, from 10 p.m. to midnight every Monday to Thursday. Christopher Kevin Isima is with you and engages you in fantastic conversation. I just love that show because so many of you call from all over the country, you know, listening in and sharing your thoughts about what you think the prelude to the election, or you think about on the prelude to the elections and the elections itself as well.
All right, and we have the point of view that shows every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. with Bernard Avley. So do well to tune in this evening at 9 p.m. to 10 p.m.
All right, and a reminder for you that after election, life still goes on. Yes, and we have the situation all-white party. You don't want to miss out on that because, you know, after the elections, what do we say? We have a parlance in Ghana said that after elections, no campaign. Yes, it's true. But after elections, situation all-white party is also another one that you need to pick up. So the situation all-white party is happening on the 24th of December at the Underbridge Event Center. You don't want to miss out on that. If you do want to book your table, if you haven't yet secured a space, kindly call the number 0205-973-973. I want to say a big thank you to Carlsberg Beer, to KISS, and to Series as well for supporting that. And I want to just walk you through some of the packages that we have. And so if we go to the alcoholic packages, we have the Platinum, and that's my favorite package, and I want that to be your favorite package as well. The Platinum table, it seats 8 people, as do all other packages, all right? So all packages seat 8 people. We want to look at the alcoholic packages. This one is the non-alcoholic package. Yes, the alcoholic package there is 1 bottle of champagne, is a bottle of whiskey, Glenfiddich specifically, a bottle of red wine, 2 packs of beer, Carlsberg. We have unlimited cocktails, unlimited water, unlimited portions of grills. Now, it's a fantastic package, you know, because the event itself, Situation All White Party, starting at 8 p.m. will go all the way to way after midnight, way after, into the wee hours of the morning. And so you will definitely be wanting to enjoy more grills throughout the night, and 16 bottles of soft drinks. There'll be a grazing table. Look, imagine that. Grazing table. Everything, some day there, some fruits day there, some chips day there, some biscuits day there. There are different things on your table, you know, and all of that. Of course, there'll be a buffet dinner as well, and a dedicated waiter for your table. All right, so that's the Platinum table. For the alcoholic table. And earlier you saw the non-alcoholic table. Let me give you that one too. That one is going for 9,000, and the non-alcoholic platinum table goes for 9,000. And we want to take a look at that one. Okay, if we can just pull that one up, the non-alcoholic platinum table. There, this is a diamond. Okay. All right, so you can take a look at what is on the diamond table for the non-alcoholic. You have 4 bottles of non-alcoholic wine, 3 packs of fruit juice, 16 bottles of soft drinks, series juices there. We have 16 glasses of mocktails, 16 portions of grills, unlimited water, and a buffet dinner as well. All right, so some packages that you have for you on the for the Situation All White Party. Now just call that number again. It's 0205-973-973, and someone will walk you through to help you get a table or a seat, as the case may be. All right, let's go to some stories making the rounds this morning. We want to take a look at our online portals to bring you some stories from there. We have channel1news.com. We also have citynewsroom.com, and I will walk you through some of those stories making the rounds this morning. Let me start with channel1news.com. Now, on channel1news.com this morning, we have of course, everything's about elections this morning, right? So EC conducts special voting today, Eastern and Western regions excluded. All right, and for those who missed the story as to why that's the case, let me just quickly or briefly take you into that story there. The Electoral Commission is conducting the special voting exercise today, December 2nd, in 14 regions across the country. Now, this exercise allows security personnel, media practitioners, and the election officials who will be engaged on December 7th to cast their votes in advance. However, the Eastern and Western regions have been excluded from today's process. The EC rescheduled special voting in these regions to Thursday, December 5th, following the recall and reprinting of ballot papers due to a breach of security seals. Now, Jean Mensah, chairperson of the EC, reassured the public that today's exercise will proceed smoothly and credibly in the 14 regions. Now, she emphasized the Commission's commitment to resolving all concerns to maintain the integrity of the elections. Now, eligible voters participating in the special voting have been reminded to follow the EC's guidelines, including presenting valid identification at all polling centers. Voting is expected to take place between 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. Now, the security has been heightened at polling centers, with the National Election Security Task Force ensuring a peaceful and orderly process. Now, the political parties have deployed agents to monitor proceedings, while observers from various organizations are also present to ensure transparency. The EC has appealed to stakeholders for cooperation and calm, reiterating its dedication to delivering a free, fair, and credible election. Now, beneath that, you see there's a story there taking us to why the elections in the Eastern and Western regions were postponed. I'm just going to read that to you because I think some of us missed that story. Now, the story says the decision for the postponement follows the recall of ballot papers for both the presidential and parliamentary elections for the two regions. Now, originally set for Monday, December 2nd, the special voting for these two regions will now take place on December 5th, which is Thursday. They said a change was revealed by the EC chairperson, Jean Mensah, during an emergency meeting of the Inter-Party Advisory Committee, that's IPAC, in Accra on Sunday, December 1st. Now, Jean Mensah explained the need for the rescheduling arose after the discovery of a broken seal on electoral materials in the Eastern region. Okay, so while there were no issues with the Western Region ballot papers, the same printing press produced the Eastern Region ballots, also printed those for Western Region. As a precaution, the EC decided to recall and reprint the ballots for both regions, okay? And so special voting for the other regions will proceed as scheduled on Monday, December 2nd. All right, and so the EC is assuring all stakeholders that the measures have been put in place to ensure the credibility of the election process, and calls for patience and cooperation as they work to resolve the issue. So, and as I mentioned earlier, all sides really have expressed confidence in the decision that the EC has taken in this regard. Now, before we get into the papers, I just want us to go across to join, or let me just say welcome to Vivian Kayalokos, joined me on the set this morning. Hello, Vivian.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Wonderful. I'm good, thank you. Now, Alhaji M. Alabira, he's waiting for us. So we're going to go and join him.
All right.
Yeah, so he's in Bimbilla this morning, and we're going to join him. He's a correspondent for the Northern Region. Well, okay, so it appears we have. Yes, Alhaji, good morning.
Good morning, boss.
Yes, how are you?
By His grace, I am doing very well.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for joining us this morning. What updates can you bring us from Bimbilla? Where exactly are you in Bimbilla?
Yes, currently I am at the
Hello?
Voters are currently in queue. They are in line. Voting has started, and the party agents are all available here to take records of whatever is happening. The security too are here. They are also here monitoring whatever is going on here, please.
All right, okay. Mohammed, it appears we're having a little bit of a challenge with getting your feed, so we'll come back to you shortly once we are able to resolve that. All right, so we'll be going back to the Northern Region to join Mohammed M. Alabira, who's our correspondent for the Northern Region, and he's currently in Bimbilla specifically. We'll be joining him shortly. Well, Vivian, so we began.
We're infinitely drawing closer to the election proper on Saturday. See the way you're excited.
No, I'm excited. Yeah, Vim Day.
I mean, we're supposed to cast our votes today, but due to some technical hitches, most media people won't be able to do that, you know. So we're all going to vote on Saturday. First thing in the morning, we hit there.
Bright and early.
Because of our accreditation, we'll be allowed to vote quickly. And then we start our work. But I mean, today is a bit of the numbers are not so huge, of course, as the election proper. But it's a I say it's a mock.
Yes.
A mock for the WAEC, the exam proper.
But the mock is usually about 3-4 months before the real exam. In this case, we did 3-4 days before
we did the midterm one. We did the special classes one. And then we've done some small mock. And this is the major mock. And then the real exam on Saturday. So, you know, I was thinking the SDAP guys who said they wouldn't be able to vote because we're going to go to church. I don't know what happened to that.
But I heard one of the leaders of the SDA, I think I saw it on social media or in the news somewhere, encouraging his members to vote.
Yes, they've been encouraged, but whether... So I believe we should follow up on that today, whether the encouragement has gone down well and they will cast their vote. We want them to cast their vote. We don't want anybody to be chosen for them. We want them to choose their own leader. So we appeal to them. They should go and cast their votes on Saturday because clearly the special voting today, they are not part of it. So that's that.
Well, it appears that Mohammed has joined us back on the line. Hello, Mohammed. Good morning. Hello. Yes.
Hello. Good
Please
morning.
bring us updates from the Bimbilla police station. Yes, what's happening?
Yes, currently at the Bimbilla police station here, voting is going on smoothly, and the voters, security, the EC personnel, they are all ready here, and everything is going on well right here in Bimbilla place.
All right. So, has the voting actually begun?
Yes, voting has started, and about 751 people are expected to take part in today's special voting.
Okay.
Voting is actually going on smoothly here. The EC boss for the EC boss for Bimbilla here, he is with me here, and he would like to have a word with us on what's actually going on here.
Okay.
Good morning, please. Good morning. Yes, please, you are live on Channel 1 TV.
Okay.
If you can tell us what is actually going on here, please.
Well, at the moment, as you can see, everything is in order. The process has begun, and people are comporting themselves. You can see security personnel and other persons who are entitled to vote today. A number of them are here already. And so we don't have any challenges as it stands now. The process is on course. Yes.
Yeah, but you started a little over 7 o'clock. You know, voting was supposed to begin exactly 7. What were the challenges?
Yes. During the process of completing the forms, initially, that was a little gap, and it was just about, I think, 3 or 4 minutes. So I don't think it's anything much to talk about.
Do you hope to see any challenges going forward? Because I think the people are yet to come. Going forward, do you see any challenges?
We don't anticipate any challenges because you can see everything is smooth as it stands now.
Yes, the composition of today's special vote, if you can please take us through, who are those actually voting today?
All right. So, yes. So you
permanent as well as the temporary staff who will be working on the 7th. These are mainly the people voting for today. Okay. Yes, that is how it is.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Welcome.
Please, you've heard the Bimbilla Electoral Commission boss. He has just taken us through what is actually going on here this morning, please.
All right, okay. Mohammed, just a quick one before we let you go. There are some polling stations, they have the center A and center B. Is this one just a single center where they are all voting, or they're splitting it up?
Yeah, they have split it up. Here I hear the electoral officer in charge of the team mentioning A and B.
Okay.
So which means that there are actually two several police stations taking place here. It's not only one.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. So we'll come up to you later in the date for updates. All right. Thank you so much. And that was Mohammed Aminu M. Alabira. He is our correspondent in the Northern region, based in Bimbilla. They're bringing us reports from the Bimbilla police station where the voting, special voting, is currently underway. And you also saw the electoral officer there earlier. Vivian, it seems like Bimbilla Boko for now.
Yeah, everything is going well. So far. And special voting usually is quiet. It's quiet because these are usually officers, journalists, people who critically play roles. Who play critical roles during the elections, and you wouldn't find them anybody misbehaving or doing anything untoward during the special voting period. So it's usually pretty smooth, and everything will go fine across the country. Unless otherwise.
The EC, there was a discovery over the weekend of whilst the ballots were being delivered to the various stations, that there was one that had been defaced, a single ballot that had been defaced. But there was a decision by the Electoral Commission based on that single ballot that had been defaced to recall the entire ballot for the Eastern region. And then beyond that, because they said that there's the company printed for both Eastern and Western, they were recalling all the prints that they made.
Just in case there are others that they haven't noticed.
That they haven't picked up in the batch. Now, what I found interesting is that all the stakeholders appear, to be
an
happy,
agreement,
with the process, with that decision by the EC, which is not in terms of the lead up to the election. they've all not necessarily been in agreement with the decision of the EC, but this one, everybody seems to be quite happy, with the decision.
Because I think all the stakeholders are thinking, well, if this has been discovered, what about the other ones? It could be yours, your candidates whose part is defaced, or whatever. So we might as well all come together and agree on that. Usually getting to the end, the tempers, calm down a bit. And I think the EC, last week we were saying that some of the decisions they take is like, Selom says, it's like they be bewitched. That every time, even when it's quiet, they have to do something to change, especially with this media thing that we all believe it's totally unacceptable. Let us go and cover. You need us more than we need them. Everybody needs us as well. We are your eye on the ground, your ear on the ground. There are certain things your officer will be busy dealing with and won't even know it's happening. We are the ones that when we put it out there, the police will rush in for enforcement. People will all support to ensure that if wrong is being done, the right thing is done and all that. So we heard last week that they said Giba and all that have increased the number and they will be sharing a credit. They should stop that. Nobody should share. We should go with the original ID that they've given and allow people to go and cover and ensure that what will be done will be done.
I think it is. One of the successes of one of the reasons for the successes of our various political experiences that we've had, the various electoral experiences we've had, has been because of media exposure.
Exactly.
And so I don't, as much as I understand the argument that says, there'll be cluttering, the various coalition centers, there'll be too many media people.
Always
but
been
it's
that.
part of the
it's
reason.
It's always been that, but we found ways to do it. It's always, it's not like this is the first time in the history of the country that we're covering elections.
But our numbers have multiplied also, though. The media numbers have multiplied.
No, but it's not everybody who will go to a particular place with the numbers.
That's true. Most media don't have the numbers anyway.
Most people don't have the numbers. What they did, newspaper wasn't part of it. There are people who just do online. They were not part of it. Foreign media wasn't part of it, what they did initially. And the addition, I'm not sure is going to address that, right? So allow people to go and do what they have to do. If you get there, it's usually first come first, If I get there and the place is packed, the other people will come. We have ways to connect with each other, to get from each other, or swap along. We do, this is
something that the media handles
nothing
itself.
News that we have to now get involved and say, you cover here, you can't cover, you bring your name. What is that? And this is supposed to be a democratic
I know, it's a democratic process, right? So let's allow it.
So let's stop this. So we are happy all the stakeholders on Saturday, on Sunday agree that they were going to recall Eastern and Western. So hopefully by Friday, whatever the challenge was will be solved, and then those on the special role for Eastern and Western can go and vote.
Absolutely. Well, we have the printed press here today.
Oh, we're nearly mafiaed.
I know, right? And so you want to start with the daily graphic?
Yes, so I'll start with the daily graphic. Of course, they have the special voting. And they say special voting in Eastern and Western region rescheduled. Exercise to go ahead in 14 regions. And then also, President begins Greater Accra thank you tour. Urges electorate to keep faith with MPP. This morning, he will be inaugurating the phase 2 of the Tema motorway. So we'll bring viewers and listeners up to speed with that. And also 20 facilities begin free dialysis treatment today. Good news, right?
It's brilliant news.
Our brothers and sisters.
It's brilliant news.
And then towards Saturday's general election, 2 religious leaders urge moderation and peace. I think that's that. And the Heart Thump Ghana Immigration FC. Well, is this okay, my dear Hearts of Oak? Ghana Immigration FC. Are they part of the legal? You are doing your own thing there. And then let me quickly take, graphic does a countdown, and then they add an assertion from somebody known. So of course, 5 days more, and then they say bad governments are elected by good citizens who don't vote. This is play 2. So those who don't want to go and vote.
I like the
this morning I was saying
I like the statement.
Bad
governments are elected by good citizens who don't vote.
And those who sit on the fence and say, oh, both are not good enough.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Me, I won't even go and vote. That thing.
You know, I find that interesting. It's a real cop-out by people who are just negligent as citizens to say that they are both not good. But in this life, in this life, when do you find that the majority of your choices that you are making are between a good and bad? Most of the choices we are making are between two bad options.
No, don't do that.
No, it's true. No, in life.
No,
Let's be real.
Not all the time.
Let's
I mean,
be
every
real.
now and then there's a difficult decision to make. Every now and then there's a difficult decision to make. And that is where we see whether you're a true leader.
Okay.
Right? When the difficult decision comes, both are not, good. Both you know that this decision I'm going to take, Charlie, it may not go well. You can't see the outcome. There are certain decisions when you take, this one is going to go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. There's some that is not going to end well, but it'll be better than the other one. Yeah. And there are some, Charlie, all is baller, but you got to take a decision, right? And so we've had cases where we've had a good and a bad. Where you could see where it's going because the voice of the people wanted a particular way. We've seen it in quite a number of the elections, Then every now and then there are choices where it's very difficult. I'm not saying that this time is difficult. I'm just saying
I agree with you.
People
I agree with you because
so that's what it is. People want particular candidates to toe towards a line because remember you're voting to improve your life. So if this person's policies, actions, behaviors don't toe towards that, it makes it difficult for you to take a decision.
Now if we start even from, let's say, 1992, right? 1992, honestly, I don't know what the antecedents in terms of campaigning and all of that was happening on the ground in 1992. I have no idea. I don't have a good grasp of that. First of all, I was not in the country. Secondly, there was an incumbent in a certain sense, before we went to multi-party, right? So the NDC takes that. But subsequently, we realized that by the time we get to 2000, there was an overwhelming swing. And now 2000, I was in tech. So the feeling was palpable.
That's what I'm saying. There's been in our history. There have been cases where you could see where the wind was blowing because everybody, even 2016.
Yes. 2016 did the same thing.
Yeah, it was clear where everybody was going to.
So
even 2024, the beginning of the year to mid-year, the discussion was going towards a particular place. Everybody was because of developments in the country and how people felt in terms of their living conditions and all that. Now moving towards the middle of the year to the fourth quarter, it's now looking like head on head in some cases, some areas, and then slightly above, So it's not clear.
It's not so clear.
You can't. I mean, of course, people have their predictions and say, but every now and then it becomes So let's see what the will of the people.
All right.
You there are just excited.
Oh, it's too nice. I can't wait to December 7th.
Okay, still on. Is it your turn?
Let me do the Ghanaian time. So, NHIA free dialysis treatment takes off. Okay, as 200 million Ghana cedi claims released to health facilities nationwide. We also have don't blame cause of cedi depreciation on Russia-Ukraine war or COVID. Economics debunks claims. Okay. Transport Minister lauds Shippers Authority for contributions towards shipping logistics sector over the past 50 years. And we have special voting takes place today nationwide. On the back page, MTN FA Cup, Kotoko beat Future Stars FC, and Hearts of Oak thump Immigration FC 4-0 to advance to the round 32 of MTN FA Cup. All right, so those are some of the headlines that we have for the Ghanaian Times.
Let me take you to the Chronicle. They lead with December 7 elections. Consider competence over religion. It has a picture of Dr. Bawumia as well as outgoing MP for just suffer what?
Domi
Kwabenya. Yeah. And then STC bounces back through support of GH Express. It has that story as well. And then GSA must adapt to dynamic shipping environment. Isiama speaking over there. And then finally, Kanewu leader jailed 10 years for threatening IGP and minister. So those are the stories from the Chronicle.
Yeah, quick one on that particular headline there. I just want to say that let's be very practical and very real about the Ghana in which we live and the world in which we live. You can't go on social media just because social media is a space that it appears ungoverned to do illegalities and to threaten people's lives and you know, the laws still work regardless. Okay, so if you threaten somebody, the law will get you. Honestly, let's be real. You can't. I can't overstate this. You cannot be on social media and think that, what do they call them? Keyboard warriors. You know, social media, and you're just hiding behind social media to say what you want and write what you want. That's unfortunate. The law will catch up with you. We want to go to the Bono region. We have Michael Sapong-Fum there bringing us some updates as to what's happening on special voting day. Michael, good morning.
Good morning, Kwaku.
Yes, and where are you exactly and what can you report for us?
Thank you very much. I'm currently at the Bono Regional Police Headquarters in the Sunyani East constituency.
Okay, and what's happening so far?
So far, it's been good. At this polling center, we have 1,136 who are expected to cast their votes. So because of the huge number, we have 2 polling stations here, polling station A and polling station B.
Okay.
At the B, 568 are expected to cast their vote, whilst the A, 569 are expected to cast their vote. So everything is moving on smoothly, as you can see from the background.
Okay.
The voting materials arrive on time and everything is moving on well. I've also seen some representatives from the various political parties. I've seen that of the NPP, NDC, and also within the Sunyani East constituency, there's an independent parliamentary candidate. So I've also seen their representative here monitoring the election. So generally, headquarters Sunyani, that's the Bono Regional Police Headquarters.
Yeah.
Everything is cool here, Kwaku.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, Michael. We'll be touching base with you later as the day progresses as well. So that's Michael Sapong-Fum. He's our Bono Regional Correspondent from right now, currently in the Sunyani East constituency at the police headquarters there, bringing us some updates from the grounds. Now, the Daily Guide here says special voting day. We have Baumia will sustain STEM education. We also have Baumia, our choice for president. And we have here NHIA releases 200 million Ghana cedis to health facilities as national free dialysis starts. And let me give you a couple more here. We have Shippers Authority marks Golden Jubilee, and Eagle Eye Mining renovates TTU Research Directorate. So those are some of the headlines from the Daily Guide.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, there's a toll-free number that the police has released for election-related hitches, challenges, violence, whatever. The number is, if you permit me,
please go ahead.
0800
311
311. So 0800 311 311. 0800 311 311. So when you go to the polling station, there's any violence, whatever, or you notice, say something, see something, you can contact this number for election-related activities. So this is to our viewers, brothers and sisters.
Please don't call just because the number is you want to test the number. No, don't test the number.
You know,
wait, when there's an issue, call the number.
There was a day we were looking at the ambulance, you know, their challenges, and we went to the call center. Within 5 minutes, the number of prank calls, it's so unfortunate. Really, really unfortunate.
It's a headache. you know, and once you put the number out there, people feel like they just want to call for it.
It reminds me of Kyla Nicholas when we did This is Ghana. You know, I exhibited 2 years ago, and there were shots of videos of it in the build-up to the second one. With the prank calls, Jesus Christ, and the fraudsters.
Really?
Yes, and immediately you come on and the number is announced, then they start. They will call you for like 3 hours non-stop. Fraudsters, prank calls, jokes.
So the prank calls, how does it show up? It's like they'll be laughing, they'll call
and laughing like, they'll say something. A little girl goes, I picked my mother's phone, and then hung up. You have adults who doing, okay. Just pick Kyra Nicholas, okay, and then just move on.
My goodness.
Yeah, so I mean, if even me,
you're experiencing this, and can you imagine the national level?
The ambulance, all these people, and then the numbers are busy when the real people want to get
need
through.
To call and get through.
So please, these numbers are not for playing, joking, all that. The people should allow the numbers to, run through and not interfere.
Maybe also what we should try and start doing is to scapegoat a few prank callers.
Maybe.
If we do that and people realize that you go and do a prank call, they'll find you. You get into trouble. It will diminish the prank calls.
Reduce a bit. So I mean, to the authorities, maybe they will want to consider.
Maybe want to consider
I
that
think there's something
honestly,
for that, but it's not really carried through. So, but I think it's a great one just to discourage and deter. Yes. Anyway, the News Center newspaper by a very good friend Elvis. NHIA releases 200 million Ghana cedis as free dialysis treatment begins nationwide. NDC NPP to hold final rallies in Accra on Thursday. I'm looking forward to that. That will also be interesting. You know, yesterday, they had a rally, NDC and NPP. It wasn't a joke.
No.
It wasn't
and it
a joke.
appears as though the weekend was also for Ashanti region.
Yes.
Did you see the videos?
I saw
oh
the
my
videos.
goodness, I couldn't believe.
You know what got me? Former President Mahama, when he was addressing the rally,
crowd,
he said, "Hey,
he said Ashanti region pioneer."
I'm like, tomorrow we'll see stories of bashing people from your opponents. So you'll be there and be saying what you like.
I know, right?
Anyway, so, I mean, this is a final lap. Everybody is going all out. The constituencies are pushing. The candidates are pushing. And from today, we're doing the extra coverage, special coverage, both TV and radio of all these things as we build up to Saturday.
Speaking of extra coverage, our man, okay.
He's on.
He's on. He's on. Welcome to Breakfast Daily this morning.
Thanks for having me.
All right. So, what can you update us with? Where are you, and how are things going over there?
David, I'm currently at the Jamestown police station in the Odododio constituency, where voting has started for the special voters ahead of Saturday's parliamentary and presidential elections. As it stands now, security officers as well as media personnel and electoral commission officials have lined up, taking turns at the special voting exercise. And just behind me, you can see a table that has been mounted there for the EC officials. And then over here, we go there to check if your name is in the list. Once you are verified, you are issued with the ballot paper for the presidential, and then you cast your vote. And then once you are done, you move to the next table, and then you are also issued with the parliamentary ballot paper, and then you also cast your vote. Once you are done, it is advisable per the directive from the EC official to move away from the scene, and then after voting, the counting will not be done because this is a special voting exercise. It will be done after the elections on Saturday. So the exercise, as you can see, is moving on smoothly. We are expecting that 530 special voters will take part in today's exercise, David.
All right. So far, no major incidents that have happened this morning?
There hasn't been any major incidents here, in as much as the radio has often been tagged as a flashpoint for electoral violence. We haven't seen anything of that sort yet.
Okay.
Exercise, as I indicated earlier, is moving on smoothly.
Okay. Do we have that Center A, Center B that seems to be at certain places?
Well, over here, it's only one polling station for the special voting exercise. We do not have either polling station A or B. It's only one polling station here at the Jamestown police station for the special voting exercise.
All right. Thank you very much, Ni Aikwe. Okay.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So we'll be hearing more from him later on in the day as the day progresses. The special voting exercise progresses. Vivian, let's wrap it up.
Let me take you to the publisher quickly.
Okay.
Gamanche to Baumia, we accept your bold solutions, request social contract between government and Ghana state, ignore false prophecies, stay united, Asantehene to Ghanaians. Baumia tightens NPP grips on Eastern region, and man jailed 10 years for electrocution of 14-year-old. That's really a sad one. Quickly from the Inquisitor, biometric project savings, NSS saves Ghana over 356 million Ghana cedis as it blocks fraud attempts. And then NDC scores EC 3.7 over 10 on readiness for December 7 elections. Ooh, that's really down there. Not even
50%.
So, and then finally from the Informer, Bagbin treats Parliament as personal property, Afenyo marking. Off economic record, Baumia responds to Mahama, we have performed better than you. And then Chief assures Baumia of victory. 2024 elections to not war as Jospon boss urges nation to pursue peace and let's break the 8 than butchery charges party members on tour of Oti region.
All right. Well, I think that there's so much we can talk about. But do you notice how everybody is receiving prayers towards the election? Everybody is. If you like, don't receive prayers. If you like, don't go and collect your own.
Everybody needs an intervention, a spiritual intervention.
It's not only even the flag bearers. Everybody is collecting.
Spiritus.
Thank you very much,
Vivian. Always a miracle.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Anyway, Charlie, sports. No, your club, how is it doing? EPL.
I don't understand English.
You don't understand English?
I don't speak English.
Sports is next. She doesn't understand English at this point.
Yes. All right, let's get into some sports. I'm going to be starting with the MTN FA Round 64. Accra Hearts of Oak began their FA Cup journey with a 4-0 win over Immigration FC. Martin Kari Mawuli Wayo and Stephen Apia Asari were on the score sheet for the Phobians as they made it to the last 32. Asante Kotoko also made it through to the last 32 after they beat Futures Stars 2-0 at the Babayara Stadium. Albert Amwa got the goals in the 68th and 90th minutes. In some other results, Mediama
Dreams FC and Accra Lions made it through, while Aduana Stars were stunned 2-1 by Doma Unity Sporting Club. There were wins for Bechem United, Nations FC, Berekum Chelsea, and King Faisal.
All right, let's go to some Premier League on City news. And Liverpool beat Manchester City 2-0 at Anfield yesterday in the biggest game of the Premier League weekend. All right, with the Reds came out of the traps on fire and found the opening goal after 12 minutes when Mo Salah found Cody Gakpo at the back post. Now, on 78 minutes, Salah converted a penalty after a foul on Luis Diaz to seal the win and go 11 points clear of Man City. Now, Arsenal smashed West Ham 5-2 at London Stadium on Saturday in a match that saw all the goals being scored in the first half. Now, the Gunners found the net through Gabriel, Leo Trossard, Martin Odegaard, Kai Havertz and Bukayo Saka, while West Ham got their consolation from Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Emerson. Now, Ruben Amorim got his first Premier League win after Manchester United beat Everton 4-0 at Old Trafford yesterday. Now, Marcus Rashford and Joshua Zirkzee grabbed 2 goals each as the Red Devils won by 4 clear goals in the Premier League for the first time in 86 matches. Now, Chelsea kept their winning run going with a 3-0 victory at home against Aston Villa. Now, Nicholas Jackson got things going after 7 minutes and Enzo Fernandez made it 2 after 36. Cole Palmer got his customary in the second half to wrap the points up. Now, some other results. Tottenham drew 1-1 with Fulham. Crystal Palace held Newcastle 1-1 and Bournemouth beat Wolves 4-1 thanks to 3 penalties from Justin Kluivert, and Brentford beat Leicester City 4-1 as well. So that's it for the sports update for this morning. Yeah. All right, now we are going over to one of our correspondents to get an update. All right, so Domeko Abenya, we're crossing over to Domeko Abenya at this point from updates from Ajubi, one of our correspondents, Ajubi Riafe. Hello. Ajubi, good morning.
Hi, David.
Yes, welcome to Breakfast Daily.
Thank you so much.
All right, so what can you report for us? Which police station specifically are you at, and what can you report for us?
Okay, David, I'm currently at the Atomic Police Station Special Voting Center, which is within the Dom Kwabenya constituency. Well, voting here started at exactly 7:09 a.m. And as when I got here around 6:20 a.m., the EC officials were on ground and preparing to get the election process started. All voting materials were here on time, and the elections also started on time as well. So far the processes here have been smooth and going on steadily since the beginning.
All right, so do you have multiple polling stations there, or just a single polling station?
Okay, David, this particular constituency has just one polling station, which is the Atomic Police Station, and that is where all the people who are supposed to participate in this particular exercise are supposed to come and have their ballots cast. But I have here the presiding officer who is in charge of this particular polling station, and she is in the person of Isabella. Yes. So she tells me that currently they are supposed to have 642 people come here and vote in this particular polling station. So Isabel, can you run us through the for today and how voting?
Okay, so the people,
yeah.
And then we have,
yes, I can hear you.
One.
I can hear you. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. So when you get to table 1, it has the name reference in it. You check your name, it will be ticked. Then you go to the main register, that is the VO section. they take your name and then verify you before you go to the third table for the first presidential ballot paper. You go into the screen, cast your vote, put it in the ballot box. Then you proceed to the next table for the parliamentary paper. You cast the second vote. Then you are good to go.
Okay, what of security at this particular center?
Oh, we have security. Even though it's especially for security, they still have people from the security service making sure that everything goes on well here.
Okay, thank you very much. So David, you heard her, she's saying that processes here are sure to go on smoothly as they have security persons also on ground, even though they already have security people coming here to cast their votes, and then the vote is expected to end at exactly 5 p.m. So we'd want to bring you more updates as and when this goes as well.
All right, thank you very much, Ajubi. So that's Ajubi Iriafe, who was at Dome Kwabenya. And we're going to go over to the Ashanti region, where our colleague and correspondent Hafiz Tijani is standing by. Hafiz, good morning.
Yeah, Subin, yeah.
Hafiz, good morning. Can you hear us? Hello,
I hear you. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. So you are in the Subin constituency?
Exactly, Dave. So
okay.
Here at the Subin constituency, the center for the special voting is at the Central Police Station canteen, and at this polling station, it has been divided. So we have A and B, and we have 690 for each of the centers, and voting is underway. The security service personnel and other people who are supposed to vote today in this exercise are in the queue. A number of them have voted and left this place. Some are now coming in and joining the queues to go about the process.
Wonderful. Have there been any incidents that out of the ordinary that you can report, or everything has been smooth?
Well, so far the process has been very, very, very peaceful, and the atmosphere, as you see, is so calm. People are coming in because they are service personnel from all the security agencies. They know each other, and they have been interacting even before and after voting. They interact, and for them, when they come and vote, they leave the scene, and there has not been any incident. Everything has been okay. The electoral officers are also ensuring that things are smooth and no concerns have been raised so far. So Dave, if you have time, let me speak to the Subin parliamentary candidate for the New Patriotic Party. He has been here to observe the process. Lawyer Obri Yabua. He's joining us now. You are welcome to Channel 1 TV.
Thank you very much.
Lawyer, you have come to observe the process today. How is it? How do you see the atmosphere?
I came here some 30 minutes ago, and I went straight to my agents, and they assured me that everything is okay. And what I've also observed myself, the voting has been peaceful. As you can see, they are in the queue. No one is trying to jump the queue. They've indeed and in fact demonstrated the fact that they are the custodian of peace and order, and this is what exactly that I wanted to see, and they've proved me right. I do know for sure that Saturday's election won't be different from what you are observing here. Ghanaians are peace-loving people, and I do know that Saturday election will be peaceful. You go and cast our vote peacefully, and you appoint or choose our next president and the various parliamentarians peacefully. Nothing bad or untold will happen on Saturday, by virtue of what I've just observed here. Ghanaians are one. As you can see, they are talking to each other, they are interacting with each other, notwithstanding the fact that they have their preferred candidates. And that's the hallmark of Ghanaians. You don't want any kind of altercation. You don't want conflict. People see us as the beacon of peace and good governance and democracy, and you can't afford to tarnish that image. Let me use your channel to thank the security services they have done well. And I do know for sure that this would also, this coming Saturday, you are going to have a peaceful election.
Okay, so Dave, that's lawyer Obri Abua. He's the parliamentary candidate for the New Patriotic Party in the Subin constituency. And this center, Dave, you are having a lot of the numbers here because this is where you have the police headquarters, the central police station, you have the prisons, you have the military barracks, and you have also police barracks here. So you expect that the numbers are going to be huge at this center, unlike other centers where you have few numbers. But you have massive turnouts, the security service persons coming here to vote, and they are in the queue and just going through the process. So the electoral officers have devised a way. So for those who have their name in the alphabetical order from A, B, C, so they have been given one queue to occupy. So the rest of the alphabets, which starts with names of the other people, they have also been classified at another place. So that will indeed make the process very fast. And that is what you are seeing here. The process has been peaceful. The security personnel from the military, from the fire service, from the prisons, from the immigration, from the national security, they are interacting with each other and trying to ensure that the process is just cool. So far, so good here in the Subin constituency, Dave.
All right. Thank you very much for that update, Hafiz. We'll come to you later in the show or later in the day, as the case may be. Thank you very much for that. That was Hafiz Tijani. He's our Ashanti regional correspondent, and he brings us some updates. He's in the Subin constituency at the police headquarters there. And Chris, so everything seems pretty calm.
Yeah.
I'm excited about what's happening, particularly because prior to this season, we're talking about voter apathy. But from what Hafiz is saying, there's huge numbers of people turning out. And the Electoral Commission is having to, in a number of places we've visited so far, having to create multiple stations within the polling station, multiple, voting centers. So I think the numbers probably are looking as though we're going to have a bigger turnout than we anticipated earlier in the year, so that's a good thing. All right, so we're going to take a quick break. When we're back, Chris is going to be sitting down with her guests to have some conversations. Of course, elections is up, so a lot of it is going to be election heavy. And we'll be right back after this short break with the news review segment.
Life is a celebration of moments, big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink adds a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hey, Cha, once again you are welcome. Hey, how is my nephew?
By God's grace, he's well. He's the reason why I came here today. Opa, thank you for sending us money the last time. It was very useful. As I sent it to your nephew in school to be buying food small. You already know the feeding challenges with SHS these days. He's already home for vacation, and I need some help to enroll him in private classes.
But he just left for school a few weeks ago. I mean, as for this, your traffic license, I don't understand. and we have to cough money for extra classes in this economy.
Look, it's unfortunate the way we are playing with the future of these children.
Yeah.
This free senior high school program needs to be improved. And that is where John Mahama comes in.
They say he's coming to cancel the free SHS when he comes home.
How can the person who started the progressively free SHS program cancel it? Rather, he is going to maintain and improve it by abolishing the double track system, providing dedicated source of funding, and include the private senior high schools in the program. You know, he's also going to decentralize and improve the food procurement to make sure that our children can eat good food while they're in school.
Money can breathe.
I'm going to campaign for John Mahama because I want quality free SHS for my children. Enough of the traffic lights.
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
Who are you? Who are you? Charlie, I'll be you from the future. Who doesn't sleep on that slice of bread you call mattress anymore? Don some slippers, then follow me.
It is part of the mattress we did the front there.
Yeah?
That be the mattress where the dead for time.
Wait, what are you doing? Wow! No damage at all. Not only durable, but also super comfortable. Come on, try it.
Nothing day like ash foam. Enjoy full body support and unparalleled comfort for a restful sleep.
Don't forget your keys.
Get the premium sleep experience with mattresses from Ash Foam. Visit any of our showrooms nationwide or at ashfoam.com.
Facility Pro Management Services Limited, the most outstanding facility management company in Africa. We have over 12 years experience in professional facility management services, such as cleaning, fumigation, and pest control to landscaping, post-construction cleanings, and electronic security installations. With highly trained personnel, exceptional customer service, and operations in all 16 regions of Ghana, we offer you value for money always. Facility Pro, trusted by top brands like Scania West Africa, Orca Deco, Robert Bosch Ghana, National Communications Authority, First National Bank, Consolidated Bank Ghana, Zenith Bank, Brain Hill International School, Villac International School, just to mention a few. Let us maintain the value of your property. Facility Pro, maintaining the value of your property.
Another morning, another day filled with possibilities. My old car reflects my journey, and today could be the day I take a big step forward. Anything is possible, just think about it.
My shelves are ready to be filled, and soon the flat rate will open up exciting new opportunities. I can already envision a vibrant shop bustling with customers, all eager to discover what I have to offer.
I feel optimistic about import costs. Why? Because with DMB flat duty rates, my expenses will be more manageable. I can see my business thriving.
Every moment spent with my son brings back wonderful memories.
I tell you, my son, with my digital skills, now one can create games in a website.
A show of boot number 1 on the ballot.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Breakfast Daily, and right now we are diving into the news review segment as we get closer to the elections that will be happening on December 7th. We still have some topics that are actually making the headlines. And joining me in the studio today is Ibrahim Eje, who's the Assistant Secretary at the Office of the President, representing the NPP, and Victor Kojoga Adawudu, member of the NDC Legal and Communications team. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you?
Very well.
Are you ready for the 7th?
Oh, we're ready.
I mean, it's already started, especially for the
Today.
fact that, yes,
Yeah.
things have started
Yeah.
rolling out with the special votes. And
Yes.
yeah. So how are you feeling? It's a long time we've seen you, though. Like 2 weeks.
Yes, for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think that I had some emergency, and the other one I was stuck in OT region.
Yeah.
So I apologize. I take this platform very important.
Yes.
It's a priority.
Yeah, he misses you,
But
actually.
Yes. And
that's true.
I think that I had to do some work in OT, specifically account constituency and the rest.
And everything's going fine.
Everything's going well. Very,
Rahim,
very well.
you?
Yeah, you can see that my voice is a little hoarse, so you have to forgive me. I'll take a little drop of H2O in a minute to,
Right.
how can I call it, oil the wheels of my throat.
Right.
But it's very good in terms of campaign. That's where your question is at. Yesterday we were in Lejokuku with Honorable Koboy, a fantastic turnout. At Ghana School. Before that, I was at Pig Farm Lorry Park.
Right.
Honorable Henry Quarte's constituency, also Central. Excellent turnout. And what I like is that you're seeing a strong sense of expectancy from Ghanaians. Elections are about what you've done and what you can do.
Right.
And that's the legacy that Alhaji Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia, I pray inshallah, the incoming president, has acquitted not only himself, but the party, and I think Ghana very, very well.
Right.
We're looking forward to December 7th. It's Ghana's date with destiny, with the man of destiny. Let's pray that it goes well, and we wish for a peaceful outcome in everything election related.
All right. Okay. So talking about everything election related, our first topic is obviously going to be around the election. So the EC reschedules special voting for Eastern and Western regions. And if you're watching us, remember that you are part of the show. Feel free to send in your messages via the WhatsApp number on the screen, and do not forget to use the hashtag Breakfast Daily, and we will get to read it on the show. So I'm going to be starting with the first topic, and we have an article there on channel1news.com, which I'm going to go through a bit. So the Electoral Commission has rescheduled the special voting for the Eastern and Western regions to Thursday, December 5th, and this decision follows the recall of ballot papers for both the presidential and parliamentary elections for the two regions. Originally set for Monday, December 2, which is today, the special voting for these regions will now take place on December 5. The change was revealed by EC Chairperson Jen Mensah during an emergency meeting of the Inter-Party Advisory Committee, that's the IPAC, in Accra on Sunday, December 1st. Jen Mensah explained that the need for rescheduling this arose after the discovery of a broken seal on electoral materials in the Eastern region. While there were no issues in the Western region's ballot paper, the same printing press that produced the Eastern region ballots also printed those of the Western region. As a precaution, the EC decided to recall and reprint the ballots for both regions. Special voting for other regions will proceed as scheduled on Monday, which is today, December 2nd. The EC assured stakeholders that measures are in place to ensure the credibility of the election process and called for patience and cooperation as they work to resolve the issues. So there you have it, gentlemen. I want to ask both of you, so we all know that the EC has actually rescheduled the special voting for these two regions. How does your parties, your respective parties, actually perceive this change? I'll start with you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Chris. And a very good morning, Victor. Once again, and to our viewers on Channel 1. What this says to me, and I think to everybody, that you mentioned what does it say to our party, but I can only act as a mouthpiece for the party. But I think I speak in general terms. The EC, through their own internal processes, found out that there had been one ballot paper. Remember, tens of thousands are printed.
Yeah.
But one ballot paper on the presidential side had been defaced. And it was due for removal or burning, I don't know how to quite frame it, due for disposal. But it found its way outside of that printing press. And what was decided upon was to make sure that that incident may be construed as having somehow infringed upon the integrity of the whole process. Let me put it that way. As you rightly mentioned, on the Western region side, there's no problems.
There was no problem.
Just the Eastern, but because it's the same printing company, the decision was taken to holistically make sure that all those ballots that had been previously printed, excuse me for my voice, will be destroyed in the presence of all the party. So I'm now going to answer your question. How do I perceive this? And I'm sure that my party, MPP, sees it the same way. The EC, in terms of credibility and integrity, because something like this, internal, you can say, oh, there's a problem, and then you hush it up. But all the parties were called to say, we found this out, and these are the remedies. And in order to reprint all the ballots again, which takes time, we have to reschedule the special voting for the security services and accredited media to come on Thursday. And it speaks volumes about how the EC is working in terms of transparency, integrity, and credibility. And it gives me a lot of confidence moving forward that we're creating a level playing field so far as the EC is concerned about what is happening. I mean, the same incidents happened a couple of weeks ago or 3 weeks ago within the Volta region. And again, the same processes. Again, it was internally announced procedures that were made public and everybody was invited. I think the MPP, again, I'm speaking on behalf, can only applaud the EC, because when you have integrity, Chris, it gives so much confidence to the wider electorate that there's no hint of malfeasance, rigging, whatever terminology you want to use. We have a referee that it has its eye on the ball, and the ball is what? Making sure you deliver a fair, free and transparent election where the Electoral Commission is concerned. It's even, prior to this event, I just want to add a couple of things. We've increased the number of polling stations. We now have somewhere in the region around 35 or 36,000.
Almost 40,000.
Yeah, almost 40,000. I remember 2004, the figure was around 23,000. And that's why the delays were there. We found out, if you recall, in 2020, you went to the polling station. By 3 p.m., there's no queues. Because, of course, if you have a larger volume, it gives accessibility, the rapidity, the speed with which you can go to your polling station, vote, and go home and then come back is much more better. All of these things are adding value to a whole electoral process. And I want to commend Jean Mensah and her management, the whole team, for giving that confidence that these elections need. So a big ayeko to the Electoral Commission.
Right. Okay.
Yes, Grace, I beg to differ on some of this. I would also say that, you know, since 1992 that we started voting, I started voting since 1992. We've never seen some of the things that we are seeing in this 2024 elections. It had never happened. There had never been an occasion where special voting had to be postponed. No, since 1992.
Right.
It had never happened. 2024, it is happening. Now, all the things that, and I always give kudos to maybe some of the political parties that are in there, that are looking at with their eagle eyes on the ballot papers.
Yeah.
Right. Let me give you some little background, then I can come to. You know, all of us knew Jane Mensah when she was heading IEA. Very solid institution when she was there. We all knew her. We knew her contribution towards our electoral processes. Now, we have come. When she was appointed in 2018, there had been issues with the management of our electoral processes that culminated in the 2020 elections, where the results was changed for 3 times. 3 good times the results for presidential elections were changed. So what had happened to her previous and background knowledge? Right? Now, when we went to court, and it was time for her to account, to be held to the feet of accountability, the fire of accountability, you know, there was a strategy to say that, look, she can decide to testify or not to testify, which was aided, you know, allegedly aided by the judiciary. Also said, oh, yes, we don't think it is time, you have a discretion. These are the results we are seeing. Because she was not held to accountability, she thinks that she can do anything. Nobody will hold her accountable. And these are the results we are seeing. The unanimous FC, everything, and was to shield her. Right? That is why 2024, we are seeing some of the things that had happened. Some of the things that are happening. Let me tell you, how can special voting, you come and say that 2 regions have to be postponed? It had never happened before. Look, when the deputy commissioner, Dr. Bosman, was saying that why should political parties should be following the ballot boxes when they are taking them there. What was the meaning of that? But it is these political parties that are identifying the mistakes, the incompetence. So you don't want them to follow. How would they have identified some of the lapses? So it tells you that confidence within the Electoral Commission that they would do the right thing and be prepared. I don't think that they are so much prepared for election. Look, they've always been saying that let us endanger confidence in the institution. Look, I would be surprised. What happened on the eve of the 2020 election? We just woke up and they sent a circular letter and said SAL was not voting. What happened? So with this that we have seen, that we are going to vote Thursday, how about if it comes and they say Thursday we will not be able to vote? Yeah. Eastern and Western, we will not be able to vote. What we would be doing? You see, look at it. It was an issue when the NDC was raising that we had over 240,000 transfer votes. The issue came. They said there was nothing like that. Until we provided those evidence, they said it has been resolved. They asked for other evidence. What has happened is in the Western and Eastern. Yes, Eastern, there's a broken seal.
Yeah.
If the party agents and the people were not there, as Bosman was suggesting, who would have identified? Who would have seen it? So it tells you that, you know, there is something, an agenda, that you come and say, I shouldn't follow. Excuse me, my language, my French. The money the political parties are using for transportation doesn't come from the Electoral Commission, or it comes from his pocket. So what is beef? What is this beef? It is because some of the serial numbers, the Western region, serial numbers have been compromised. Okay. You know, there's duplication of it when they have printed. That is what has been detected. If nothing happened within the Western region ballot papers, they would have agreed that it should be reprinted, because they have realized that some of the serial numbers have been compromised. They have been duplicated. That is why the parties agree that then they need to reprint the whole Western region to ensure that integrity, that confidence, and then that confidence that will do. EC said they have not even finished training some of their people. And you see, what will even have happened, and I'm sure the task force headed by the IGP, something that I know they have agreed, was that every security officer going to every polling station, his name, his number, and tag, he should be identified. So if he's coming to Tesano, we know it's Kofi Mensah, Sergeant Kofi Mensah, number this.
From Tesano police station.
Yes, or from this police station. So when we come to that police station and it is not Kofi Mensah, it's somebody in a uniform with a different number, there's a cause for alarm to say, what are you doing here? And why are you doing in uniform here? Those are some of the things that we've been looking for as preparedness to do this election. You know, so when you look at it, in Volta region, there were some shortages of the electoral ballot, the ballot. If they were not following the eagle eye, how would we know? Have come to the point to identify that there are shortfalls within the ballot. So I think that the eagle eye, and I will commend Dr. Omanibua Matanko and their team, that you see, nobody wants violence. Nobody is saying that EC should not do its work, but we want to make sure that the right thing is done. And I'm saying that EC, we have seen that invented advisedly, that arrogance that look, nobody can control me, and it is as of the results of what happened in the Supreme Court 2020 when they decided this is how institutions, we cripple other institutions or we destroy other institutions, because the head now thinks that nobody am under no control. That is why the extent they can even go and say that with the media there's going to be a kind of censure.
Okay, all right. So
are you getting it?
Yes.
So I think
we'll come back to that.
Yes,
we'll
with this that has happened, they should know that we are going to spend money again. Is that not financial loss to the state? But we want peace. We want peace. If we can spend that money and have our peace, no violence, that is fine. But you see, when people have to sit down, two heads are better than one. Nobody is saying that we want to direct the EC as to how they do their work.
I'm just going to stop you there, because we have to cross over to the whole central constituency, where one of our colleagues is actually reporting the special voting right there. Hello, Desmond.
Hello, Chris. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you, Chris. How are you?
All right, I'm fine, thank you. So how is it going there? Before you even talk about that, has it started already?
Yes, voting started around 7:10 this morning. At the host central here, we are voting at the EC regional headquarters. And at the EC regional headquarters here, we have three polling stations, all totaling to about 1,559 persons coming to the EC headquarters, regional headquarters here to cast their vote. I can tell you on the fact that we've recorded over 80% of persons coming to vote at even before 9 a.m. And the numbers here are just few, as you can see around. We have some few people just left to cast their vote. And everything started smoothly, everything is going on smoothly, and we also expect that everything will end smoothly, Chris.
All right, so looking around you, what is the security like?
Well, it's mostly comprised of the security, those coming to vote, the media and other polling agents all coming here to vote. So around here you can see the security personnel very in their numbers. Some are voting, some are done voting, and some are just also coming in. As you can see in your shot, some are just hanging around to ensure that all goes on smoothly.
All right, and if I were to ask you what time this will end, do you have any idea what time everything will end?
Well, Chris, this should be ending even before 12 a.m. if I should say, given the number of people left to cast their votes here. And as early as 7:30, you can see a very long queue here with over 500 people in the queue just yet to cast their vote. And as I'm speaking to you now, we have about just not even up to 20 still in the queue, still casting their vote. So by 12 p.m. today, we should be ending the special voting here at the East Regional Headquarters in here.
All right, thank you so much. It was really nice talking to you. We will keep in touch if there are more developments. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
All right, so there you have it. That's Desmond at the whole central constituency. And as you heard, everything is going on smoothly with the special voting. So let's continue the conversation. On the Inquisitor, we have NDC scores the EC 3.7 over 10 on readiness for December 7 elections. Victor, with everything that you've said, what's your take on the EC's preparedness?
I think that EC are telling us that they are prepared for the election, but on the ground, it doesn't look so. Right. Why do we say so? I think that Dr. Omani was saying that they will give them 3.5 or 3.7 over 10.
Yeah.
Right. Because one, their training, they have not really even finished with their training to deploy the people on the ground.
While elections is just
near. Two, we don't really even have, like we were saying about the security officers, those who are going to man the polling stations. Normally, you need to be given the list so that once you are training your people or you are getting there, you get to every region must have it, and every constituency. That list hasn't even come till date. Right. Yes, we don't have it, and you know, it says about, I think one of the routes, 10 days to the election, we need to have. I think they had an emergency IPAC meeting to assess the situation, and it was there they realized that some of the things that EC had to do, because it was insisting that because timelines have been given, and to those timelines kicks in, that is when we can have a negotiation. But I felt that no, you can always plan ahead, be proactive, and say that these are the things that we are looking at, or take the checklist. Have we done A, B, C, D? Right. It is about discussion. It's about join, but it's not about like it's a headmistress and the students. And when is the headmistress, what the headmistress says, that is what the students have to comply with. But you see, everybody has some knowledge about what is happening. We've learnt it. So once we have some knowledge, there is a time that we need to collaborate, we need to compromise, we need trade-offs, so that once we have this trade-off, at the end of the day, we are serving the interest of the populace, the citizens, and all that we want to achieve is that fairness, transparency, and there's justice. So that at the end of the day, I'm sure Monday by this time, we'll have finished and we'll have been in one piece, not in pieces.
Right. Okay. We'll take a break, right? Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, Ibrahim actually has something to say about what Victor said.
Allow history to be the judge of how I have served my nation. How well I have done my part in running my lap of that relay. What that verdict will ultimately be, I cannot say. I can only say that I have done my best, giving my all.
In almost 8 years, what is the verdict of this proclamation?
One day on television, I will kneel down and say, Mahama, I am sorry. And someone make kafan who say, an angel.
Say one day,
Mahama was an angel.
Mahama Kafra. Maybe hear this in you, but I stand for the truth. Mahama, sorry.
Oh, I'll take this opportunity to apologize to the former president. I mean, His Excellency John Mahama.
And yesterday, I was bold to apologize to President Mahama because he's a fine gentleman.
Corruption, the number of times 10. Mahama,
This year, Facha Ghana for the Facha and the Facha.
My 5 years so up at your mama chopper, but who to say car? The book the Japan show. My body will be your mama, my body will be.
Me say someone make a kafa Mahama hopa that time you piece of Mahama you come forward you say na Mahama angel.
Promotion. Franco Black Friday sales no. Asayabo. Na what ho ye dey? Keka wo ho. Na afi we promo ne dey. Edi twem. Ye ma wo ekosi 40% discount. E wo ye niam bi ti say mobile phones, speakers, refrigerators, air conditioners, 1.5 horsepower, ekosi 2.5 horsepower, televisions, 32 inches, ekosi 100 inches. It's Ubu Raya shops I wa Ghana half an ebia. Ubenya biato. Na monso so amunti member no. How ho kra. Ube your website so www.francotrading.com. And asa ube download the Franco Trading app no. E wo Google Play Store and asa Apple App Store. Ube timi a friend numbers here a good screen so. Se wo pe emu bia and asa incheche mu bia. Franco near my papa. Ne bo esanso dafo. Ahefie anyhow.
Attention, my Ghana people. Election day is almost here. This December 7th from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. sharp. Each of us has the power to shape the future of our nation. Your vote in the presidential and parliamentary elections can make a real difference. Now, this is how to ensure that your vote counts. When you arrive at the polling station, verify your identity. Even if your voter ID card is missing, go to your polling station. You will be allowed to vote. Now, receive a ballot paper. Take a moment to check that it has a validating stamp at the back. This is very important, and make sure that it is clean and undamaged. Step up to the voting screen. Place your thumb on the ink pad and carefully place it in the box next to your chosen candidate's name, photo, and symbol. Be very careful to keep your thumbprint within the box. Remember to wipe your thumb with the tissue provided in the voting screen before you touch the ballot paper again. Then fold the ballot lengthwise and place it in the ballot box. Be very, very mindful. Your vote will be rejected if you thumbprint for more than one candidate, leave it blank, or if it's missing a validating stamp at the back. So take note. After voting, officials would conduct a transparent count. Ballots will be verified, sorted, and counted, with party agents carefully observing every step of the process. And yes, remember, this election is your opportunity to choose leaders who represent you. So step out on December 7th to vote and let your voice be heard. Your vote is your future. Remember, we vote with our thumbs, not guns. Weapons have no place at the polling station.
All right, welcome back. It's still Breakfast Daily, and we're still on the news review segment. So before we actually let Ibrahim say what he wanted to say, he wants to, huff out everything that he had to say. But right now, we'll just look at this interview that our colleague Ayikwe had with the district electoral officer at Odododio constituency, Mr. Eric Otre, briefing us on the special voting exercise. Let's check it out. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation.
My name is Eric Otre, the district officer. Today is the voting for special, we call it the special people, because those who are voting today, they would be engaging the main election, that is come Saturday, 7th December. So the categories include the security, that of the police, the military, the fire, the customs, all the embodiment of the security. Then we have the media, some of the media. Then we also have the election officials. They are also supposed to vote because of their job on the 7th of December, then any other person who applied specially, you need to apply for special voting before you can take part in a special voting exercise. Okay. If your name is not in the list today, it means that then you have to go to your original center to find out whether your name is there, then you can vote. If your name is on the special voters list today and you for some reason you couldn't vote, it means that you cannot also vote on the 7th of December because already your name has been moved to the special voters list. Now, the voting procedure, as you can observe, the first table, you have the name reference officer. She will check your details as to whether you are the person. If you come with your voter's ID card, it makes the job very easy. So that with your voter's ID card, we have the coding. We can use the code to identify your name. Then once we identify your name, you go to the next official, that is the verification officer. His duty is to verify you biometrically. Once you are verified biometrically, then you move to the first ballot table. That is for the presidential. Please, every voter is to ensure that the ballot is validated before you go and cast your vote. Let me come back a little with the identification process. If you don't have your ID, it doesn't make you not fit to cast your vote. There is a process that we will take you through. Once you come here yourself, the system of the biometric verification can also identify you. But we plead that each and every voter should come with a voter's ID card. It makes the work very easy for the EC official. Then from the presidential table, you move to the next table. That is the parliamentary. The same process as you went through with the presidential. You make sure your ballot is validated. It is folded for you. Please.